What's up, my beautiful peoples? Hope all is well in your world. Kim Young Kim here, youth motivational speaker, rapper, and eater of tacos. Today's episode is brought to you by Taco Bell. Taco Bell, where else can you eat at 2 in the morning and get diarrhea? Now, today I'm going to start this video with a little bit of my own personal history. I started rapping when I was 17 months old. Years old, my bad. And I'll tell you that whole story another time, but by the time that I reached 21 years old, I got pretty good at it. Now, back then, just like now, my favorite thing to do in the whole world was to freestyle rap. So one day I'm hanging out in my buddy's dorm. We'll call him Tim. That's not his real name. And we're talking about freestyle rapping. Well, Tim had a friend named Mike, and Mike decided to pipe in on our conversation. He said, "Man, I've heard you freestyle before. Your rhymes are subpar," which means below average. When he said that, I got hot. We started arguing back and forth, and thankfully, nothing worse happened than that. But I was mad for a couple days. Every time I thought about it, I said to myself, how dare he disrespect me like that? And I even started doubting myself a little bit. But then I really started thinking about him versus what he said to me. Now, what I know about Mike is that he's a guy who's been bullied pretty much his whole life. If there's one thing I've learned about people, is that those who bully others oftentimes have been bullied themselves. So I started to change the way that I thought about the situation because I realized his words towards me weren't really about me as much as they were about him. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard this expression, but you'll hear it often in life, which is hurt people hurt people. And what that means is those who hurt others oftentimes are the ones who have been hurt themselves. Now, we all know the golden rule. Treat others the way you want to be treated. I love the golden rule. I live by it, and it's benefited me greatly. But the truth is, what really happens often is that we treat others the way we've been treated. Now, back to my story, I want to go ahead and show you a picture of Mike so that when you see him in the streets, you'll know to avoid him. Oh, my bad. That's the wrong Mike, isn't it? Now, speaking of bullies, a lot of people categorize Mike Tyson as a bully and a mean person. Now, I've experienced this firsthand. One time I was at the mall and I saw Mike Tyson and I said to myself, I need to go get his autograph. So I started following him around the mall. Then he took a turn into the restroom, so I followed him in there. And I saw him close the door, heard the lock, and after that all I saw was a pair of shoes and crumpled up pants. And I said, this is perfect. His hands are empty right now. It's time for me to get my autograph. So I reached under the stall door with my pen and my paper and I said, Mike Tyson, I'm your greatest fan. Please, will you sign this for me? And he was like, what? Man, get out of here. I will knock your head off, boy. Can you believe that? So the big celebrity has no time to sign an autograph, huh? Now, I'm just kidding. That actually didn't happen because if it did, one of us would be dead. And it wouldn't be me. Matter of fact, Mike Tyson, if you're watching this, you better watch out, man. Because if I catch you in the streets, man, I'm coming at you, bro. Dude, what's the matter with you, man? What? Isn't this video meant for teenagers? Yeah? You're promoting violence, man. That ain't right. Yeah, you're right, man. My bad. Okay, Mike Tyson, don't worry about me. I'll leave you alone, man. Go live your life, man. So the real reason why I bring up Mike Tyson is, believe it or not, Mike Tyson was bullied when he was a kid. I remember watching an interview of him in one of the movies they made about him, and he was sharing about when he was growing up in Brooklyn. Kids would harass him. They would bully him. They would beat him up. And then he just started breaking down and crying. I couldn't believe it. This is Iron Mike Tyson. He's one of the most feared men on the planet, but he's a perfect example of a hurt person hurting people. So there's College Mike, there's Mike Tyson, and then there's me. You can't tell from speaking to me today, but there was a time in my life where I was not at all a kind person. During this time, I was being bullied, I was being mistreated, and my response to what I was going through was just to spread venom all around me. The thing was, my treatment of others had nothing to do with them. It had everything to do with me and what I was going through. And this is what you need to understand. when we're being bullied or when we're being mistreated, oftentimes it really isn't about us. And that's why we don't sip the hatred, because it isn't meant for you. It's just a way that hurting people operate. So, next time when someone's mean to you, instead of asking yourself, what's the matter with me? Ask yourself and remind yourself that there's probably something wrong with them. So I've explained one of the reasons why people bully and why you shouldn't accept their negativity. I'll share more about why people bully in the next episode, but for now, take care of yourselves and each other.